Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So let me also talk a little bit about, we currently own 2 properties in the neighborhood, something that I think we had wanted to do at some point, but had no capacity to do. 3, I think in 2011, we had a family approach us that knew about the work that we did, and knew of our desire to move into more intensive discipleship, if you will, internships. And they said, we would like to give you $25,000 towards that. It's a matching grant. And I thought, wonderful. And where am I going to get the other $25,000? It felt like a gift, but also an impossibility to raise the rest of that, because that's never been an easy thing for us, is to raise funds. So we sat with it, prayed about it, processed it, and nothing was materializing really until one day one of the my good friends who I've worked with at City Hall called me and said, "Hey Brian, what do you know about tax foreclosures?" And I said, "Nothing." And he said, "Well, every year the county generates a list of properties that become available because of unpaid taxes for 3 years, and the city and the state have rights of first refusal." And he said, "Why don't you look at the list and see if there's anything in your neighborhood that you think could be an asset to you." I looked over the list and I found a house around the corner and near a couple of our board members. It would be wonderful for an intern house. And we also found this commercial space right down 16th Street that housed a pizza shop and had 2 apartments. And I thought, well, that's so beyond our capacity, but why not? And the price was very low because it was literally just the cost. The cost was 3 years of unpaid taxes. So it wasn't the value of the property. It was just the unpaid taxes. And so then I went back to this donor and I said, "Not sure I can raise more money, but your donation would allow us basically to purchase these properties." I said, "Once that we had them, I think we would be able to rehab them. I think if we own them, then we could generate volunteerism and donations to fix them up." So we said, okay. So what then transpired was us working with the city of how the city could then partner with a group of neighbors and with a nonprofit in a way that they'd never done before. The city said this has to be cost neutral to us, which we totally understood. So we would have to afford the properties. The city was just using their status as a municipality to acquire the properties, and their lawyer was drawing up the paperwork for that. We would have to pay the funds. And the other stipulation was that the properties had to be declared for public benefit by the city council. There was case law about that happened somewhere else. And so I had to go before the city council and present our vision for an intern house and a tool and equipment lending garage as a way and as a vehicle, if you will, that would bless and benefit the whole community. And so when I laid out that vision, that made sense to the city council. And they said, we can see that mobilizing young adults into community service, into the neighborhood, is public benefit. And if you're going to create a tool and equipment lending garage that services the whole community to improve and steward their properties, that's public benefit. So they saw that one, and then we also needed a vision for this Petrino's property, the pizza shop commercial space. We said, well, we would return an apartment, a low-income apartment to the community. We would put our nonprofit office would be there, which would be street available, much more available to the neighborhood. And the work that we do is continually trying to generate neighborhood collaboration and donations, that sort of thing. So they saw that. We said, when if the pizza shop moves on, we would commit to put another business in that main floor that's paying taxes, that's creating jobs, that's bringing some economic life to the neighborhood. And they said, we see that as public benefit as well. So when we finally got the funds together and signed the documents, the city attorney said, well, this city's never done anything like this, but this may pave the way for how our city can work favorably with nonprofits. Even without giving a nonprofit money to do their work, we can be mutually supportive partners. And we have many other partnerships with the City of Holland and its staff. It's been a very good working relationship, and they've been very supportive of the work we do. And I actually want to see many more neighborhoods evolve, collaborate, if you will, in the ways that we have.